Incoming transmission.
War. War never changes. Since the dawn of humankind, when our ancestors first discovered the killing power of rock and bone, blood has been spilled in the name of everything, from God to justice to simple psychotic rage.
The Romans waged war to gather slaves and wealth. Spain built an empire from its lust for gold and territory. Hitler shaped a battered Germany into an economic superpower. But war never changes. In the 21st century, war was still waged over the resources that could be acquired. Only this time, the spoils of war were also its weapons. Petroleum and uranium. For these resources, China would invade Alaska. The US would annex Canada. And the European Commonwealth would dissolve into quarreling, bickering nation-states bent on controlling the last remaining resources on Earth. In 2077, the storm of World War had come again. In 2 brief hours, most of the planet was reduced to cinders. The end of the world occurred pretty much as we had predicted. Too many humans, not enough space or resources to go around. The details are trivial and pointless. The reasons, as always, purely human ones. The Earth was nearly wiped clean of life. A great cleansing, an atomic spark struck by human hands, quickly raged out of control. Spears of nuclear fire rained from the skies. Continents were swallowed in flames and fell beneath the boiling oceans. Humanity was almost extinguished, their spirits becoming part of the background radiation that blanketed the Earth. A quiet darkness fell across the planet, lasting many years.
In great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Looks like everything is up and going. Running a bit late tonight, but decided that we would go ahead and at least get a little bit of grinding done. Plus, I'm not quite sure how much progress we can actually make on one particular item, which is basically getting the irradiated tags. Just to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the thing. I did look over it briefly just to see if maybe I soft locked it, since I technically started attacking them before I talked to the guy, because you know, that could probably break the quest line. So looked like that there were several different locations that they could potentially wander to. And then I was also wondering about the locked doors to see if that was linked to it at all. It's not. It is indeed the Prospector. We could try and pickpocket him, potentially. We don't have the best sneak. Thankfully, pickpocket is not a... also, so our endurance is down. We have high enough speech for most things at 75. Our sneak is a measly 40. We could try it if we get caught. As long as we actually end up with the keys, we could probably take off. Although I did kind of glance at one thing. And yeah, there's probably one place I don't want to go into starting off, which is the fire station, apparently. I mean, I would have saved regardless before I went in anyway. But I don't think I'd be able to take on what's supposedly there. Let's see, we got our 9mm, we got submachine gun, assault carbine, full up, plenty of ammo, one frag grenade, laser RCW, which technically we don't have any EC packs. I think it's all overcharge. 20 gauge lever action shotgun, which is decent. If I had strength 6, I could probably start using the right shotgun. I got my hands on one. Actually, did we pick one up? I can't remember now. And if we did, I may have sold it. Possibly. What all did we have? I know we got the All-American, which is okay. It's probably better once we get it actually fixed up. And we have a flamer. I have flamer fuel. I think we do, right? I don't know how much, though. A lot. Energy cell. Electron charge. Yeah, we have overcharge. We have overcharge packs. Okay, so we're down because of hydration. Damage resist, damage threshold. If I can, I need to get the recycler for the laser RCW. And then we should just about be golden. Okay, so we have lake lurks in this game, but I don't know if we have mirelurks. I haven't seen one yet. Also, how many things of purified water do I have? I have 6. Oh, that's probably enough for traveling. I have been making use of this spring since we're doing this on hardcore, very hard. So we will be going through all of our supplies a bit faster, a bit more accelerated. Shouldn't have to do any shopping. The only thing I might pick up if I see any vendors that have it though is like Radaway stuff. Radaway. Never good on that actually. And one more just to be safe. Okay. Don't have any gecko meat on hand. Don't see any geckos. Just out in the open. There is a slight chance that there might be some, I guess, Vipers, right? That's the gang that tends to be out here. They've respawned once before. I just want to make sure there wasn't like a trooper over there or something, too. At least they're far enough away from our fast travel point. Also, I have no idea how many tags I turned in. I don't know if the quest tracks that. It does not. I've never actually done this quest, so it'd be nice to actually get it done, but unsure. I'd already gone to the airport, there was no one there. Things look so much better without the green haze. Got some stuff to sell at the very least now. There's some troopers. Kind of wish it was that the marker was like actually on whatever remaining troopers you might still have. I found some ghoul troopers up over here, but they don't seem to count. Alright, we'll just let the recharger pistol do most of the work if we can. Human flesh. We'll leave that behind. We don't even have the perk that would make use of that, so that is absolutely worthless to us. There was like a small list of locations I guess I could wander off to for the ones that do count. Don't have all the locations. Need the ones with the irradiated dog tags. I guess if I try and go down there, maybe. I would not be surprised if Caesar's Legion is like around. But unless I like just go into their camp, should be fine. Not enemies with them just yet. Did that so we'd be able to freely travel a bit more while under our parameters. Because once I do, it will become far more difficult. I don't know why I'm still in caution. Okay. Wherever it was, it's too far away now. Surely they could not be all the way down there, right? That seems like it'd be way too far out of the way. Still can't really take on the giant Radscorps. I mean, I can kill them, but not quickly. Fire Legion, I'd probably be up there. Right? Okay. So, we be in Fire Gecko country. I don't think I've ever actually come down here. If I did, maybe it was only like once before. I know you can make special armor, but I think that needs survival stats. Fire Gecko meat. So they're soft enough. I honestly think this 9mm submachine gun will put him to work if to make sure we got lots of ammo. Especially if I can get the right ammo for it. Okay, so they don't hurt too bad. We do get a bit of lingering damage, though. Damn, it's already getting night. 606, I guess. The only thing I'm not going to try and pick a fight with anytime soon is probably Cazadors. Okay, well the road looks pretty clear. Also, how many caps we got? I think we have enough for the recycler. I do need to take a look and see if I still have the right shotgun. I feel like I saved that, but I may have sold it if the condition was poor enough. Because that's like one enhancement away, right? I think we took average. Average strength? Yeah. Next time I need to make my character highly unlikable as far as charisma, and as blind as a bat on perception. For New Vegas specifically. Perception, having high perception is fine in Fallout 3. Not nearly as helpful, other than like just base stats, I guess. At least I got a location, I guess. Actually, I'll probably stick to the 9 though. But machine guns are default go-to unless I really need to get through some armor or something. I'm just kind of sitting here. Is there any significance to this location? Not a settlement, not anything apparently. More buildings down there, but unless you really want to fight lake clerks, I guess. Going through ads right now, but not really doing anything right now. So it's all fine. Let's see. Well, I figured Legion had to have a camp somewhere. Apparently they have just all of Cottonwood. But nothing up here. Okay, so that truck probably has some irradiated canisters in it. And it just so happens to be facing them. That one seems like something that they would do. so we got nothing here. Okay, we'll just fast travel back. I guess I could try and check the Coyote Mines. I mean, we did find some troopers, technically, that were ghoulified, but they just didn't have the tags. And I'm just making sure we don't have Viper from that direction. So you know what? I'll actually just use the recharger pistol if we can get away with it. Other than repair cost, doesn't really cost anything to use it. Work. It was okay against like normal rad scorps, but the giants, those things are tanky. I'm sure this one doesn't count. Nope, but at least he had some bottle caps or something. That way. anyone over here. The only other thing I can probably try and hope for is if we can get our hands on the keys. I read that there was a location that had some more irradiated ghoul troopers. I don't know if they're actually count towards having the dog tags. I may have scuffed the quest. Alright, just to be safe. I have no idea what's in here. Okay, so we have live people in here. Here, I'll take that. Free Hydra. And all of it without losing karma. Okay, so the grand majority of the area is probably potentially safe.
Prim has a new sheriff. That should keep the powder gangers away.
Okay. Kind of hoping to talk to you about this location, but sure, whatever. Okay, we'll try the other path. I'll draw my weapon and everything just in case. Apparently, they don't care that I take anything. Alrighty then. A nice place to come to resupply. With a little cost of free. Just have to get to it. I think they would at least get mad at me for taking this stuff, but no. No. Yes? Nope. Okay, entirely friendly. Free stuff. Hydra. Excellent. Weighs nothing, heals all your limbs. Especially on hardcore. Very helpful. I didn't see anyone else out and about around here. I doubt there'd be anything over there, but... That looks like NCR. Kinda hard to tell. NCR I have 0 chance of being attacked by. Caesar's Legion, small chance. Maybe if I get like too close to the camps or something. Tobacco. Actually, do I have this location already? I do not. Oh, there's some radiation over there. So we got one regular guy and 2 ghouls. Interesting. guess this might be one of those quests that might be just a little bit messed up. Might be unfinishable. But it says there's a test site. I could try and go check, I guess. I don't think I have a test site anywhere right now. So, it would have to be somewhere up this way? Maybe no further than this. Maybe just a little back here? No, not the case. Probably better off heading back to Searchlight. Starting back again. Technically, I already searched the airport. It was a lot of Radscorps, and they already started respawning. Back again over there. It's like one giant one that keeps hiding away from me. Oh no, it's not there. If you had a shovel to open the grave. Don't know if it's actually worthwhile doing that. Be that much more weight to carry around. How jumping is a little bit janky. Everything here is malnourished. I'm guessing because of the abandoned farmstead. There'd be a lot of stakes though. Can't do anything with the big corner stuff, but they do give out a lot of XP for what they're worth. Just craft weapon. I know that there were some out that way. I guess the only thing I can do is hope that there's one more at, like, the test site or something. And it's not going. Just get some distance. Well, he wasn't worth very much at all. I mean, by himself, he's probably not nearly as big of a threat. But the other guys, especially with the missile launchers, I'm actually surprised we lived that. Okay, I had it on armor piercing. I don't know why I had it on armor piercing specifically. If I can get a good angle, I could probably draw one at a time. We could probably do it that way. That has to be the test site, right? It just has to be. Okay, before we get too far into this, what all do I have for stim packs? That's 17. I'll send up at least one of those. Damn. I only have a doctor's bag in hand. Nope. Maintain discipline. Alright. I'm gonna use one of our snoozes. And Can't see shit. Oh shit. Over there. I don't know how many more missiles might have. I don't think I'm good enough, but if I could actually like make it spaz out, that might also work. If I'm actually doing enough damage to make this worthwhile. I don't think I am. And he's dead. Alright, we gotta level up. Okay, about this. We'll take that to 60. I need to lockpick 100, right? To finish up Vault 34, I think it was. Having better medicine might also be a bit of a good thing too. We could certainly use more science to get us to 60. You know, we'll do that. Energy, science, and you know, we'll throw 1 point into barter and 1 measly point into sneak, I guess. Now, where do we go from here? See, this probably wouldn't be all that bad, except we don't have light armor on. We're wearing medium armor. Black Widow's not a bad thing to have. I think we got better things to choose, though. Shotgun Surgeon. Your precision with a scatter gun is something to behold. Ignore additional 10 points of damage. Use that note status here, since we might be engaging the inmate once more. Commando, Quick Draw, Sneering Imperialist, Terrifying Presence. That actually would be nice to have, but we're going to hold off on that for now. Okay, so that one requires speech 70. And level 8. This one, I think we need this one. But I'm going to take a look and see if there's anything else we need first. Robotics expert. I mean, it was exceptionally helpful in Fallout 3. We really haven't been fighting that many bots. I mean, we are right now, but... if we were doing a melee build or unarmed, this would be great. Ooh. I think this one's bugged, right? I think I remember seeing that like in a video. So I'm thinking weapon handling. We really just don't use that much in VATS. We do occasionally, like with shotgun stuff. But I do kind of want this. This would open the door to what is it? The marksman rifle, the battle rifle, the right shotgun and stuff. But that being said, if we go for, at least for now, because we'll have to get the other one to make it really worthwhile. So there's Shotgun Surgeon, which is great because it gets plus 10 damage against damage threshold. Or you ignore it, rather. But even more than that is, where is it? Here's the one for the knockback. Here we are. And stay back. I think we're going to go for this. This will make our shotgun even more usable. And even more so, but since all we have is the pulse slugs right now, I think, for it, we actually have something to use it on. I don't think I want to get that close to them, but if I have to. Speaking of... the 9mm is going to be absolutely worthless to it. Okay. The only other thing I'm going to do, make sure that we have all of our decisions locked in. That was the one I was kind of wandering over there for a bit. So the most dangerous part about those is for sure the frickin' missiles. Okay, so I think we'll go for that. We'll get the weapon handling depending on where we're standing at. And that'll be our last snooze. I want to keep as much distance as I can. Don't know, there's a... Well, maybe if I go up there. Good thing I've been collecting armor-piercing rounds. Like normal 5mm, pretty good. Armor-piercing 5mm, hopefully just shreds through them. One can hope. In case we have some stupid little hazard like mole rat or something. Saw a ghoul. I thought it might have been a trooper ghoul. I was like, maybe that's it. Maybe that could have been the last guy. It's not. It would have been nice, though. It would have been nice. Alright, I'm not killing one all the way over there. So it would just roll up on me anyway. Of course, now I don't see them at all. I can get on that if the game will let me. I might be able to, one, get vision on them, and then two, stay an advantage. Oh. Gated area and everything. Alright, maybe we'll take a wide berth around it. Things I do for quests. think I found... I'm glad I have this one. If they crippled me though, I'm gonna be a little mad. Okay, we're fine. I think I found the testing zone. I have not seen delayed eyes on the ones I'm looking for, though, which is a bit concerning. I might be putting a lot of effort into things that I do not quite want to do yet. Okay, I know I'm in caution and everything, but my perception should be high enough. I should have a marker. Looks like it's supposed to be a thing up there. That's another glowing one. Of course it is. And 2 reavers. Lovely. That should be over. Maybe I want to go up into that position first and then attack them. So a 9mm submachine gun gets the job done too. Alright, well, so far so good. I mean, could have been better, but not crippled. This all started because I wanted some dog tags. Ooh. Oh, something. Huh. Not exactly what I was expecting. I guess because it's a building that's so close to an irradiated test site, military test site, that's like highly secured, so no one wants to go near it. But if you stay just outside the perimeter, then you're good. Yeah, I don't see any guys here. Lots of sunglasses we can sell them. I activated Archimedes. Just stand over here. Doot, 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 doot. Ion cannon. Okay. Well, we don't have it technically on the map. I'm going to go ahead and, I guess, consider this to be a broken quest. I only really have the 2 locations left that are marked, like the center of Camp Searchlight, and I can't seem to find the last freaking dog tag. And I've tried several times. Coyote Mines was a nice resupply though. So, I guess we'll go back to Novak, see if there's some gunners to take out. Gotta level up at least. And I guess another thing I need to do is essentially leave like a note to myself for future. Start or talk to him before you do anything else, because otherwise, for sure.
Our way.
The hell? Okay. I had heard some gunfire at a distance. And Caesar's Legion. Oh, also, is this a drinkable source? Yes, but irradiated. Huh. That was a little weird. I still don't know where the gunfire was coming from though. Weird. But now I heard gunfire. And I just kind of assumed it was Caesar's Legion doing something since the guy was there, but... I don't see anyone like off to the side that's expired. Weird. Oh. Alright. And you're the Avenger, right?
Hey there. Need me?
Damn. 6 for 12 gauge pulse. Plasma grenade. Pulse grenade. Okay. A bit more interesting selection, I guess. Well, I guess we'll see if geckos, vipers, or no one. It'd be kind of funny to see like the vipers trying to fight the Caesar's Legion, though. Unless maybe that's kind of what I was hearing. I do see some bodies. And none of them are standing upright. Still be dead from last time. Then where the hell was the gunfire coming from?
What can I do for you?
Yes, doctor's bags. Okay. Oh wow, she actually has a Radaway. got everything as far as pre-war food. Oh, yeah, so.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Well, I guess now we know. I'm guessing that was the Caesar's Legion guy? Really just sitting there. Well, all that just kind of happened. I didn't participate in that at all. Literally confused. Where was the gunfire coming from? Oh, yeah, you know one of the small traveling merchants that we were trading to? Yeah. We got him. What time is it? Okay. So the shop's gonna be closed, which means he's not gonna be there, so guess we'll lug all this stuff to our room. Literally a free refund. Am I gonna use this again? Probably not. Well, we will no longer have that convenient guy to sell stuff to now. Kinda sucks.
Welcome back. Sure thing. Have a look.
No bark.
Welcome back. Can I get you any? Sure thing. Have a look.
Actually, do I need a conductor for recharges? Possibly. Oh, yeah. Hyperbreeder Alpha. Man, is it expensive. 145 DPS, 20 damage. Plasma Defender. $23, $31, $81. I mean, we could afford it. But we would need energy cells. Which I don't think he sells, right? No. It is tempting though. And then that gun. Actually pretty cheap. 25 damage right off the bat. 16, 13. Service Rivals 20. This is 25. Add to restarting here. I think we'll just take the money and run for now. I am tempted though. Oh shit, I still have that. Oh. Okay, we're gonna save the 10mm pistol. Which honestly I should have done the first time around. But save us just a little bit more. And then we're gonna exit. I'm gonna save. We're gonna fast travel to the gun runners. Probably. Okay, ad should be done. We just finished a couple of little minor mistakes. Got some repairs and some crafting done. I think we're gonna head on out to... Hold on. Are you like an actual trader? Mercenary. To the gun runners. This is, all I can say is this has been a very unusual game, all in all. Apparently, a vendor that had just been kind of conveniently placed for a back and forth between us and the Vipers for resource grinding just got murdered in the street. Got resupplied from him. Just took all his stuff since, I mean, he's dead. He doesn't need it. It's not considered stealing either, so there's that too. And the only thing that's been kind of really weird is when I fast traveled to Helios 1 to do the quest line for that, right? Old Lady Gibson, for a reason, was aggroed to me. Wasn't there during the fast travel, went through the building and everything to get to the back to actually like go into the area, clear out the bots, and reactivate the power plant in full, right? That's like the main quest line. You can choose to do it for Caesar's Legion or whatever. But the point is, so upon leaving the building to go into the back area that's open air, there's no other way to get to it, to do the quest, because I needed a resupply on some stuff, specifically like pulse slugs, which turned out to be really good. She was there with her dogs and like 2 mole rats attacking me. I didn't do anything to her. I didn't steal from her. I sold some stuff to her, and that was it. And I'm just like going to go do the quest line to Helios 1. Nothing else.
Hello.
Apparently she had a unique weapon.
Welcome, sir or ma'am.
Okay, do that. Also is just don't want my inventory. Alright. So what do we have? We have pistol silencer, yada yada yada. Pistol scope. I don't know why I want a pistol scope. Okay, forged receiver. We have the forged receiver. Extended magazines. Probably not a bad thing to have. Not sure I want to pay that much for it right now. Moving on. If I was still running the cowboy repeater, I would get this. Decreases the weight. Hunting rifle custom action. Okay, increased rate of fire. Suppose it's good. Hunting shotgun long tube. Nice. This is what we want. If we had a minigun, which I think we actually do, I'd probably get that. Plasma caster, HS, electrode. Plasma rifle, mag, accelerator. Surface rifle spring upgrade. Do I have... I do have the spring upgrade. Okay, now moving on to ammo since we fired some rounds. I don't know if I got a resupply on the stuff I need. We're gonna take that. We're gonna take that. Take those. Okay, I probably won't ever use this, but since we got DLC and I know we lose our items at certain points, this is backup. Actually, that probably won't even matter because we'll probably even have it with this. But nonetheless. Maybe I need caps by then. I don't know. Doesn't weigh anything. That's the good news. Oh, I know what I did wrong.
Welcome, sir, or...
That's for the gun runners. Laser RCW, which we do not have. How much does the gun runners laser RCW run for? I don't think we have one. Oh, there it is. Light machine gun. You know what, the weapons handling, that would drop it down to 6. So I'd still need to get the enhancement. We'd be fine for the regular shotgun. And then with the 2, we'd get an extra 3. Hunting rifle. $685, $638. Plus 10 damage threshold. 25 rad resist. So while using it, you get a little bit extra armor. Actually, that's probably a fair amount, right? I always forget what the way numbers work here. That's 5, that's 19, so... about the equivalent of light armor. 86. Which, if I'm being honest, if I go with battle rifle, I might, depending on how much cash we got, I will probably drop the service rifle. Or swap between the two. So essentially everything kind of comes down to I need to get the enhancement. Although I'll probably never be able to use the minigun. Alright. So since they don't have that, what I need to do is I need to find the mod and sell it back to them. Laser RCW Recycler. Oh, I already have it, that's why. I am being dumb. Why do I think I had something else? Alright. So, let's see, we're sitting at 3,100 caps after the resupply and everything. So I think I need 4,000 for the operation. And then if we could get the regenerative, it'd probably be nice, but maybe not. Maybe we just use it in raw stats. So I'm thinking maybe we go strength, then agility, because that determines our movement speed. You know, actually, we're gonna look at this. We're gonna wait for a bit. And I guess we'll see if the fiends can get harvested again. And honestly, they're kind of the better one to go and try and harvest, if I'm being honest, than the Vipers. For a couple of reasons. One, they don't use explosives. The Vipers like to have grenade launchers. So unless you want to deal with getting crippled all the time. Potentially. Depending on distance, sometimes you can dodge. kind of forgot they were like that freaking close. Yeah, that's right. I had it already had it next there. Actually, wouldn't mind if the trooper went down. Respawn further up, right? Or are they just all pressed down there? But yeah, I think they're gonna get them. They are injured though. Bulk use, frag grenade. And then there was that one time we had lasers going across the, like, just the top for some odd reason. Weird. Don't know why she has 5mm rounds, but I'll take those. Whoa. Was that a grenade, or was that just that attack? At least I wasn't hit. Damn. kind of think that we might be able to clear that out. I think it's clear for the rest of the way. I'll have to come in from a different angle. I have to remember that. Alright, back to Gunrunners to sell our loot.
Welcome, sir, or...
Keep making the same mistake. I need to...
Welcome, sir, or...
It's only 5 bar, but still. Okay. More ads in about 2 minutes. All out of sneezes. Not that we're doing anything too important. Okay, let's see. This is the Crimson Caravan, right? I want to go to the clinic, so I need to go... I need to go up the street. Well, let's get another Brahmin steak. Yeah. I don't know why I thought it was like the other buildings.
Hey,
You're back. Which surgery option?
Right, that's right. They had subdermal implant that gives you more threshold, but I think that's like what, 8,000?
I can implant the hypertrophy accelerator for 4,000 caps. It will boost your adrenal glands and quickly increase your muscle mass. Have a seat in the auto.
Yeah. We now have strength of 6. Yeah, you know what? Let's go sell the stuff off first. And then do a quick safety save, and then I don't know. We can try and do the fire ant hive. Otherwise, the last 3 nights that we've done this would have been ghouls, ghouls, and more ghouls.
Welcome, Sir Orm. Now we're broke. But there is some chance that we might actually need armor-piercing stuff against the hive. Alright, we should be safe to fast travel here.
Keyword being should. Unless it's like a shop or an area that I know is generally pretty clear. Fast traveling can be risky. This right here would be risky. Either there are already two out and I only saw the one, or one of them already respawned that quickly. No. Okay, so now we have one save for before we start all this, and one save for things go south and we want a mulligan. Before we get too far into this, use one weapon kit on our recharger pistol because it is actually quite expensive to work on. Yeah, that was with regular rounds too. Nice. So this wasn't actually as bad as I thought it might have been. It's just the idea of being in potentially tight tunnels with not a whole lot of room to maneuver, and fire ants. That could have been. That could have been bad. But I guess it makes sense that it would be a kind of a fledgling hive. Sledgehammer. Probably fine now, right? Just a little cautious because of how mean the game decided to be around with Vault 34. Oh, you tried looking up lore or access a computer terminal? Here's an ambush. Probably swap back to this thing. So mostly just good for XP. And I'm cautious about trying to go that way because there would be death claws that way. Might be one thing I'd look at is if death claws are resistant to energy weapons. I know some things are supposed to be. Like I think rad scorpions are supposed to be generally. Maybe it's just the giant ones though. Those two are still there. Can't do anything with that.
think there's going to be any that can try and snipe from here. So I think they're all over here on this side. It is kind of funny that, in a way, you can manipulate certain groups in this game just because of where how they have the respawn set up. Oh, hey, this guy's back. He died like a long, long time ago. So he's the one that came and helped me, I guess. But these guys are going to spawn like right here next time. Oh yeah, I missed one. Anyone else I might have missed? Sure, she only had like one thing that's worthwhile. Nope. Alright, I guess back to Gunrunners to sell what loot we have. And I'll call it there. If I can, I'd like to do one more round of acquisitions, let's say, before we try and start one of the DLCs. And honestly, I'm kind of thinking about trying to do the caravan. Because I think, from what little bit I know, I think we got to keep our gear in that. So, the only thing I'd like to do is up how much ammo we have of everything.
Welcome, Sir Ormat.
I'll probably leave behind the pistol, since we have a bunch of other stuff that we use now. You know, wasn't too bad of a haul, given how short it was. And I used the really cheap ammo too. I don't think they have anything else that's really get rid of. So I don't think there's really anything else that we can acquire that we actually need. much do we have of regular 20 gauge? That's probably enough, but you know what? Just to be on the safe side, I guess. There. We're already nearly back to 1,000 caps. Which I think should be enough for at least resupplying our cheap weapons. So I think this is the one that we want. Happy Trails Expedition. And then I think we'll be locked in there until it's all done. This is the only real downside, potentially. Alright, head back to Novak. Drop off everything we don't think that we need. I think we gotta keep all of our stuff. So let's see, I want service rifle. It has its uses. I don't think I have to worry about super heavy armor all that much, but you never know. Poor guy. And then I like how no one came to his aid. That's kind of weird. Like, normally, if a trader was under attack here, I think people would actually come to their aid, but not this time. And I don't know for certain, but I'm assuming it was Caesar's Legion. I'm assuming. Okay, so that will have to stay here for later. It only weighs 3/4 of a pound. I guess I get to the point that I really need to start counting bullets to hang on to it. So we're not going to save a whole lot by leaving it behind, honestly. Obviously I need all that. I guess aid. Unlikely, but might actually come in handy. Don't really use melee, so we'll probably sell that later. Three hydros. Okay, so honestly not a whole lot of stuff here that actually bring us down. Gonna be mostly ammo, I'm assuming. Okay, so it leaves us at 130. Varmint Rifle's good for getting some cripple damage or just outright killing some weaker enemies without necessarily alerting everyone else. I kind of need to start moving up to heavier rifles, really, if I want to stay fully effective. But pretty well kitted out. Service rifle, recharger pistol, which will probably be putting in quite a bit of work. Lever action shotgun, which is better now that we have knockdown. Laser RCW. Frag grenade. And we have quite a bit for the assault carbine. Submachine guns. And liquid pistols. I guess we could leave behind the frag grenades. It'll only save us another £1.75. So what we'll do is we'll probably take all the microfusion and convert it so it's actually usable. One energy cell can stay. And that's kind of about it. Well, go ahead and call it there before this next ad break starts up. So, we'll be back tomorrow with something. I'm not quite sure what. But it is a new strategy game. I'm going to mull over some of my options before I pick something. And other than that, had some rain that happened today. Thankfully, nothing that was storm-like, but you never know. So, I will try and stay posted on Twitter, but it looks like I'll have to cancel for whatever reason, if I can. And, yeah. Other than that, I still have some catching up to do on some stuff. So, with all that being said, stay healthy, stay frosty, and until next time, see ya.